looks like it's about to begin. She said this would be just like the actual performance. I wonder what it's like.
Hello, everyone! Thank you for coming by after school when everything's so busy.
Tetsuhiko? What is he doing?
Before the theater club starts their performance, there's something I want everyone to hear.
Das ist echt keine gute Idee.
It's my debut song! I've practiced so much for this big day! Here it goes! Give me the spotlight! Hey!
Ja, so viel dazu, du.
He's so dumb.
Now we will begin the Theory Academy's Theater Club rehearsal performance.
Why would you do that, Tetsuhiko? What if they see through your disguise?
Ja, das war echt eine mega dumme Idee.
Oh, come on, man. What's wrong with a little fun? A star always wants to stand on stage.
Und haben gerade ernsthaft die Schüler, die Lehrerin von der Bühne befördert. Das kann ja nicht sein eigentlich. Sie hat doch Autorität.
You're kidding me. Even if your disguise is perfect, that was reckless of you. Oh, it's fine to be reckless and my disguise is perfect. Damn, ruined my chance for an amazing debut. Anyway, the performance is about to start.
I knew I would find you here, Natasha.
I knew you would come, Anatoly.
You have not changed at all in the past 10 years. Nay, you have become even more beautiful.
You, however, have changed. Your face is scarred and you look stern.
I've longed for the days we spent here together. Back then, the world shone bright in the colors of the rainbow. But now, the only world I see is colored with crimson, draped in the blood of my fallen comrades. Behold, even my own hands are stained red. Yet, you are still pure, unchanged from that day.
You really believe I have not changed? In truth, I had no choice in the matter. But because I did change, I chose to remain as I once was.
I see. These 10 years were long for us both indeed. Within the tall, white walls, a clear fountain and colorful flowers decorated the garden. This garden was the world to these two young girls. They held hands and ran through the sunflower field. They sang to the blue sky and wore white clover crowns they had given one another. The sunset was ever golden. Even the rare rain glittered brightly. The world was perfect. Everything shone like the shimmer in a rainbow. At the very least, that was how it was within these walls. The two sisters, Anatoly and Natasha, were princesses of a 300-year-old kingdom to the far west. Since birth, they had never gone beyond the castle walls. Their youths were spent together alone. Sisters by birth, they had a happy life together. But one day, their peace abruptly ended. A rebellion struck. The military took the castle and declared the start of a new nation. Royal family members who resisted were executed, and their corpses hung in the garden. The castle walls were destroyed, and the flowers trampled. Anatoly and Natasha escaped the castle at night thanks to their servants. But amidst the chaos, the two sisters were separated. Their hands brushed against each other. It would be the final time they ever touched. Natasha was hidden in a neighboring small nation. An ally of old, the princess was welcomed with the highest honor. However, Anatoly continued her journey of escape with the remaining members of the royal family. They traveled the frontier to avoid pursuers as they searched for a land of peace. As they continued down this path, their comrades fell one after another. 10 years have passed since.
15 Minuten später.
Their performance is so intense in person. I can't take my eyes off the stage. Oh.
Ich habe irgendwie das Gefühl, dass hier gleich etwas geschehen wird. Alle eingeschlafen. Was zum...
Was that Yoshiko? Maybe she went to the restroom.
I took up the sword for the first time after I left the castle. It was also the first time I killed. Have you ever witnessed a soldier's dying moments? As blood flows from open wounds, all you'll hear is a death rattle. Men speak proudly of honor and pride, but those vanish when you're on the battlefield.
Over the span of 10 years, Natasha was welcomed as the new head of state for a small neighboring nation. She knew full well that her lineage was being taken advantage of for the nation's development. However, she had no choice but to allow this to happen. Meanwhile, Anatoly traveled the land. She had grown to become a leader of the wandering warrior tribes in the region. The sword she had mastered to survive had become the hope for many. The fight to regain their homeland had begun for these two princesses. It all began when the former kingdom, now a military dictatorship, invaded the nation protecting Natasha. Natasha declared war, promising to regain control of her former castle. Seeing an opportunity, Anatoly rallied the people of the land to mount an invasion. They rode for the kingdom. At first, Natasha was disadvantaged, but the balance shifted upon uniting with Anatoly's forces. The enemy commanders saw the forces surrounding the castle. They knew there was no way to escape, and quickly surrendered. The war ended in a single day. And yet, people do not know of the 10 years of strife these two girls endured. The royal family was rebuilt, but the peace they had once known was not immediately restored. Natasha's forces desired control over the conquered kingdom. However, Anatoly's camp also sought control, having achieved many merits in battle. Though the two girls reached out to one another, their hands would never touch again. They were fated to strike each other down.
"30 Minuten später."
If we continue to fight, more blood will be spilled, weakening our nation. Hence why only one of us shall be queen and end this war. There is no path before us where we can walk hand in hand as we did back then. I know. I am prepared for what we must do. It's why I've waited here for you. Draw your sword. We shall now decide who is fit to become queen. Drop the facade, Natasha. For these past 10 years, you sat on the throne as a princess. I know you know not how to wield a sword. I refuse to stain my hands with your blood. I could never will myself to kill you. But at this rate, the nation will perish. Draw your sword, Anatoly! Natasha!
Happy End.
Whoa! Who turned out the lights? Well, I was asleep the whole time, so it was already dark anyway.
Ich hab echt ein ungutes Gefühl bei der Sache hier. Also so richtig.
Is she talking in her sleep? That was weird. Wait, why am I wasting time thinking about it? The lights are on again. Back to the show.
Huh.
Now, let us eat. Yes, allow me to pass the plate. Thank you, Anatoly.
The two spent time together again, for the first time in years. However, they could not run through the garden like they used to. Together, they carried the lives of tens of thousands on their shoulders. What was expected of the girls was no longer a crown of flowers, but a real crown instead.
If I could simply defer the throne to you and end it all, I would have done so in the beginning. A queen's crown would fit you better, Natasha. However, the war would not simply end there. How did it end up this way? What are we supposed to do?
Natasha wept in anguish as Anatoly gently embraced her.
How wonderful it would be if we could flee somewhere together.
But both knew full well that could not be. After a long silence and much internal strife, Natasha rose. She knew this could not go on forever, for the nation and for themselves. She invoked her nation's ancient tradition. A new queen would be chosen through a duel of cups and poison.
45 Minuten später.
Let us end this, Anatoly. Natasha, what do you intend to do? I leave it for the heavens to decide who will survive. On the day we were separated, I was given this poison by our family in order to commit suicide. Switch the glasses around until I cannot tell which one has the poison in it. Once you are finished, I will reorder the glasses as well. The duel of poisoned cups. Very well. We shall ask God which of us deserves to survive. Though perhaps it will be the god of death that answers.
finished.
It is my turn then. I am ready.
I grant you the right to select a glass. I shall take the remaining one.
Very well.
Natasha, promise me. If you survive, promise you will bring peace to this kingdom. And be a bit more selfish in your personal life. That would balance things out, I think.
I also have something to say, Anatoly. If you survive, wear a dress fit for a queen, no matter how much you hate it. Well then, to the new queen. Cheers.
Was zum Teufel?
Cotton!
Huh? What?
Is she?
But... Lorna, are you alright?
She's dead! She's really dead! Somebody call the ambulance!
What's wrong?